Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the AFL Fend Off podcast. My name is Sam Jones, and I'm joined in a room filled with heroes today. We have Nick Van Niel and, of course, Andrew Edward Carter. What is going on, champs?
Yeah, not too much, man.
It's good. How was your weekend of football?
The football?
The football?
It was alright. Oh, I'm going to show a video. I can't show a video later. Yeah, maybe I can.
Just splice it into the video.
No, I'm not that tech savvy.
Use Windows Media Editor or
Media player.
something
Oh,
like that.
Windows Media Player used to be my jam.
Was it?
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Did you enjoy the football? The Bombers, what a win on the Friday night.
Yeah.
Came back, they were down by, was it 5 goals at some time in the second or third quarter?
Yeah, and I was starting to lose.
Nick, what were you
interest
feeling
in
at that point when they were 5 goals down? What were you thinking?
And then I saw the T100. No, Dylan Shield. I can't remember who refers to him as the T100, but bursting out of the packs, like what we got him to the club for. Zachy Merritt doing the same thing.
Merritt.
And bang!
They smashed it.
And I reckon Tipper played a better game this week than he did last
How many
week.
goals did he kick, Tipper?
Yeah, he only kicked one, but
Yeah.
I reckon he was involved with I think he might have had at least 4 or 5 scoring bowls.
Now, I don't know if this is just a thing in the AFL, but will someone please tag Zach Merritt? Because the last couple of weeks, he has just been able to run around on his own, and despite maybe his disposals at time, he just gets the ball. He racks it up, and he was the best player in that second half against the Crows. I think he had like 20 plus disposals and 2 goals.
It was his best game for the year.
Someone man him up. Anyone man him up.
I think in the first half of the year, people were. And
Yeah, they were.
they've just gone off him.
Yeah.
I think people probably been putting more time into Heppel, or maybe not tagging at all.
Well, someone should man up. Who hasn't got Gold Coast? I don't know anyone Gold Coast taggers this week, but like if you don't start tagging Merritt, he could damage you. Especially they look good, Essendon, when they clear out of the centre. They look, when they're contested balls there, they spread very quickly.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I think they were very lucky, though.
Really?
It was a one-man match.
It
It was a one-man match. It was Big Mitch Brown, the hero, the saviour.
Yeah.
4 goals, 27 lazy disposals. Maybe it was 24.
Did he kick 4 goals?
He did
4 goals. Big Mitch Brown.
You're gentleman's man.
The gentleman's footballer.
Isn't it great to see someone who
was just so shit. Because I used to love him. I used to love him because he did little good things, but he was shit.
But the best thing about Mitch Grant, his accurate set shot.
He is accurate, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was 4 goals straight. Did not miss.
Yeah.
And these were big pressure moment shots, 45-degree angle, 50 metres out. Little bit of curves to a few of them, but straight through the
I think he had one last week as well. It was like,
it was a beauty.
it was like right adjacent to the goals, and he still went the drop punt.
Yeah.
The gentleman's footballer.
Stringer does
Only
that too.
Stringer does that
Stringer
too.
does that too.
They're the only set shots that he can get.
Yeah,
The drop punt, threading the needle with the drop punt.
The thing with Stringer is the only time he can kick a simple set shot is within the last 10 minutes of the game, because the pressure's on. Because Stringer doesn't do easy things.
No, he doesn't like it.
It always has to be difficult, like
Waste
that
of time for him.
stupid bloody trick side that he
That was
kicked.
Stringer's been in good form this year, probably his best form for 3 or 4 years, actually. He looks very dangerous up forward.
And he's
for
not
you guys.
selfish anymore either.
No.
He's not just looking for a highlight reel.
Well, he's a dad now. You can't be selfish when you're a dad, you know? You've got to, you think about others.
There's
He'll be dating his daughters. Does he have a daughter?
He's dating his daughters.
Some of his mates in
No, he's no,
16.
no,
He's not dating his
no.
daughter.
He was I don't know.
I don't know.
There was something.
I don't know
He was.
kids.
There's a floating rumor that he was with his Jason Johannesson's partner
Oh, that's alright.
okay.
back in the
Like
day,
kerfuffle.
about 2 or 3 years. Well,
Yeah, right,
that's
yeah.
what caused him to sort of leave.
Hearsay, mate. That's hearsay.
Hate to turn this into an Essendon podcast.
It is.
It's exciting.
It's exciting. They won 5 out of 6.
But
and
there were
won
so
4
many
in a row.
great stories in the Essendon side that night. Like Sard shutting down bets as well. Dylan Clark doing another job on
He's
Crouch.
doing all right.
Although,
Dylan
you know
Clark.
what? He got caught a few times holding the man.
Who?
I think
Clark?
they saw the game against North and they
Went a
go,
bit harder on him.
So on Adelaide at the moment with Eddie Betts, we've said this, that he plays well against the mediocre sides, but then against the best sides, he does struggle to get become an influence into the game. Is he a liability if they do make finals at the moment, Eddie Betts? Because he's not having the impact against the top 8 sides at the moment.
I don't think.
Should they drop him?
I don't think he's.
No, I don't think they should drop him. Well, what's the point? They're not going to make finals. Adelaide won't make finals.
Well, they're in the 8 at the moment. They're hanging in there. They're on the cliff edge. They want to jump off, but it's the wind's pushing them back onto the cliff.
They're just too inconsistent.
They are very inconsistent. Yeah. We have to make up a name for them because their crosstown rivals are pretty inconsistent. As well.
Oh, right.
What about Adelaide's midfield with the Crouch brothers and Sloane? I don't think they're as damaging going forward, the Crouch brothers. They get a lot of the ball, but it doesn't seem like they do a lot with it. Like, they don't damage you. They're not dangerous going forward. Where you look at Essendon's midfield, Zach Merritt kicked 2 goals. Heppel, I think, kicked a goal.
Shield kicked a goal.
So there's 4 goals from your midfield, and that was the difference in the game.
Yeah, I don't think they're hard runners.
Right.
And it's something, and it's been brought up with Adelaide that they don't perform well against hard running sides. And that's definitely something I know.
So they don't track back?
They're downhill skirts.
Yeah, right.
They're fielding a pretty old team as well.
They've got one of the oldest teams in the competition.
But
legs.
They just don't do the two-way running, and that's what Essendon did on Friday night, and it just, especially in that second half, just killed it.
They played well, and they sit 7th at the moment.
Yeah.
And they're in the 8, and they're looking...
They're a possibility to be top 5.
They get comfortable. They can get a home final, which would be... You wouldn't have said that 2 weeks ago.
No.
What about the Giants with a big win over the Pies?
Beautiful win.
Massive win.
Lovely win. Love the Giants.
They have Callum Ward out. They've got Josh Kelly out. They had the Cogs out as well.
They had
Davis out. They got 4 of their best players out.
You know, what's annoying? I had the Giants up until I heard Davis went out, and I thought, no.
And they come out and they...
I had the Giants. I picked the Giants.
You picked the Giants,
I said they can't lose 3... Was it 4 in a row or 3 in a row?
4 in a row.
4 in a row. I said they just can't. Especially with the Collie Wobbles.
And they come out and they win by... They kick 8 goals to 1 in the first quarter, and that was the game.
That was it.
Yeah, and then what happened in that second quarter?
Oh.
There's like nothing scored. I looked at the worm and it's like flat and going...
They scored right at the end of the quarter to get at least something on the board. But, I mean, they're back in the hunt now, the Giants.
Well and truly.
And it sets...
Absolutely.
And can the Giants win it from here, do you reckon?
I think so.
I have them finishing top 4, so...
We'll get to your final 8 in a minute there, Mick, don't worry. Yeah. But do the Giants have the ability to perform like that consistently going forward? Or is this just an outlier?
Well, especially over the last, say, 5 years, there's been a lot of talk about timing a run.
Right.
And maybe, Collingwood might have done it as well, where they've had their laps, but GWS might have had their laps. Geelong might have had their laps.
They might be in the middle there.
At the right time of the season, so that they can figure out the kinks and track back up for the finals. Speaking about
timing it actually sets up a massive Friday night this weekend. This is a barn burner. Like, if you look up barn burner in dictionary, this is a game that would pop up.
Yeah, we're not joking this time.
Richmond against Collingwood. Richmond have won their last 4, and they basically don't have to leave. They leave all their stuff at the MCG.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll be back there.
What a run home.
Sorry?
What a run home.
I know.
Who scheduled that?
Brendan Gale.
That's unbelievable. Wouldn't surprise me if at the start of the year, Hardwick looked at it and he's like, we can afford to be pretty fucking average. Because look at those last fucking 5 games or whatever they are.
When I was doing this last night, this is the run home. I looked at the Collingwood and Tigers and I thought, how do they have so many games at the G on the run in?
So they were.
It's a joke.
Yeah, well, obviously they're not playing interstate sides, obviously away, but they're playing Melbourne-based sides that aren't their home game. So, for example, this week you've got Collingwood, who's a home game. I think Carlton's game is a home game as well.
Well, Tigers are playing.
Well, let's move into the run home. So Nick's done this detailed run home of the top 8. Yeah, I know, on his iPad or Surface.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Surface. So, how many teams have you done the run home with?
So I've gone off the basis of that you need at least, to cement your place on the side, you need 12 wins. 12
wins to get you inside.
So if you've got 7 wins,
then
I've had a look at you.
So you've gone through all this
Yeah,
How long did it take you to do
it
it?
took me about half an hour last
He's
night.
a very dedicated man to the cause.
While I was watching on the couch.
He knows because he's
Classic
been away
classic.
for the last few weeks, so he has to he owes us some credits.
I'll start at the bottom because we'll just get rid of those. So I've got the Saints in 7 and 10.
Okay.
They've
Well,
got-
then don't even worry about them. They're 7. They're 7 and 10 at the moment.
So I've said I've gone with win-loss, or if it's what I think is a.
Have you got the fucking percentage?
That's what they're at now.
Likelihood.
That's it.
Oh, no, I thought you were.
And I've said a 60-40 if I'm leaning towards them, but it could go either way,
Okay.
or and.
So who you
vice
got?
versa.
Who does Saints play?
So they got the D's, Crows, Freo, Blues, and Swans.
And how many wins have you got there?
I've got them down for 2, but maybes, and that's against the Blues and the D's.
Yep.
Maybe losses against the Crows and Freo, and a loss against the Swans at the SCG.
Yep.
So I have them 9 and 13.
No, they're out.
They're not
They're
making.
done. Are they going to re-sign Brett Ratton then?
I think if they don't, they should sack the board.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
They,
Yeah.
Apparently they want Ross Lyon back.
I heard that.
Didn't Ross
And
Lyon?
that's gonna
fuck would you want Ross
Ross
Lyon
Lyon-
back?
when you scored 100 points on the weekend,
For the
and then
first
for the
time.
first time in a week, and you want Ross Lyon back.
It's just too much out of the ordinary, you know? It's just a bit weird.
No, Brett Ratton, it just makes sense for them to sign him on.
Didn't Ross Lyon leave? Like, just walk
Yeah,
out?
he
though?
left.
He
He
just
left.
walked out.
Yeah,
Didn't even
yeah.
mention to anyone. He just
He broke
left
contract and left.
and signed with another.
And
Yeah.
signed with
Freo.
Fremantle.
All right, so North's up next.
Oh, the Kangas.
West Coast in Perth,
Mm.
Hawks at Marble, Cats at Cardinia,
Yeah.
Port at Marble, D's at Tassie. So I have North down for one definite win because of Tassie, of course. But that's not going to matter at that time of year because I see you only winning 2 of those 5. So it's 9 and 13.
So 9 and 13. Oh well, I guess I could deal with that.
Look, it's if you at the start of the year before you sacked Chris Scott,
Yeah.
it's probably
Brad.
whatever.
They're both the same.
Right.
They're both the same.
Not what would you thought about 9-13?
Well, 2 weeks ago,
6 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, we could have been 9 and 8 instead of being 7 and 10. Like we could have beaten the Bombers if someone put on Tip and Woody. And then you know, wrong place at the wrong time. Scott Thompson, he marks that. You got a minute left. You never know what might happen from there. And like those 2 wins puts you at 9-8 instead of being out of the 8. You could be in the 8. So 9 and 13 is probably a reasonable year. I'd say reasonable. They got rid of the coach, which is what I was wanting to
Just
hold.
before we move on Scott Thompson.
Yeah, he got
The ruptured testicle.
What a fucking man. He's a real man. Like, when did it happen? Like second quarter?
Third quarter.
Yeah.
And he just fucking played on.
How do you
Ruptured
but how do you
testicle.
rupture a testicle?
I don't
I've
know.
heard it.
You could see it
I've
happen.
heard
Well,
it
you
a few
couldn't see it happening, but you could see like the moment it happens.
Yeah.
You seen the footage.
He was just-
He was not well.
Yeah.
He was.
And then he's just
spot
like,
on
no,
force.
I'm gonna keep going.
But what would that feel like? It would be like, you know, when
And then he took that match-winning mark. Oh wait,
you know when you get kicked in the balls, or just like flicked
That
in the
could
balls.
rupture-
Would that be the
It
same?
hurts.
Is that the same sort of feeling?
I don't know. I don't
I
really
reckon
know
it
what
would
rupture
be, but probably if you get hit in the right spot, you probably do get ruptured.
Yeah.
And it's probably 10 times worse than that.
So that's the best. That's the most courageous act we've seen on the football field this year. Someone running around with a ruptured testicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
What about on the
It's pretty hard.
on the injury report? Scott Thompson.
It does. It says ruptured
Yeah, it
testicle.
does.
It does.
Oh, that's pretty intense.
Well,
he,
we'll
reckons
see.
he reckons he'll play this week.
Yeah.
He does. He reckons he'll
What
play.
would be
Isn't
the
he-
tactic if you're playing on him? Just like a little.
It's a little flip.
Oh, no.
Sack tap Sammy.
Sack
All right, let's move to the Dogs.
All right,
Who's in
doggies.
12th at the moment? That was actually a big loss by the Bulldogs. That was a pretty poor half of footy that first half, and that cost them.
8 and 9. So they got Freo.
Win,
Yep, that's a win. Lions at the Gabatoir. That's a loss.
maybe, but yeah, okay.
Big
Nah,
game.
I don't see anyone beating the Lions at the Gabba for the rest of the year.
Okay, keep
I
going.
don't see it happening.
I don't know.
They've got the Bombers
That's an interesting game.
at Marvel. I've got them down as 40-60.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I'm leaning towards the Bombers on
Yeah.
that one. Giants at Giant Stadium, loss.
Yeah.
Crows at Mars, win.
That's in Ballarat.
Ballarat.
Oh, nice.
So I've got them down for 2 wins, 10 and 12.
Okay, yeah, okay.
The problem is, even if I give them one more, their percentage is so poor
yeah,
that they probably
they
won't
won't
sneak
make it.
in.
Yeah, so they probably need to win at least 4 of their next 5 to give them a chance.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And so they have to win at the Gabba.
Yep.
And
then probably the Bombers.
Either the Bombers at Marvel.
Yeah, they were probably their 2 games they could aim at. I don't see them beating the Giants at Giants. No.
No, I don't see that either.
What about Freo? Freo had a. What about that win? It was it 7-10 to 7-9 in that game. Freo and Sydney. Low scoring game, 2 boring sides, and
and this is why I have them only winning 1 of the 5.
Okay, so who they got?
They've got the Doggies at Marvel.
Yep.
Loss. Cats in Perth.
Yep.
I've got it leaning towards the Cats. Saints at Marvel. I'm leaning towards Freo.
Yep.
That's a really hard one.
Against
in a few more weeks' time, we might know a bit more about the Saints, but I'll at the moment leaning towards Freo. Bombers.
You'll smash it.
Perth.
You'll smash them.
I'm leaning towards the Bombers.
Yeah.
And Port at Adelaide, I've got that down for a loss.
So how many wins they finish on?
9-13.
So they're out of the 8. What they just struggling to score points, Freo. Like they just struggle to score. And if you come up against teams that can score, there's no chance they'll win.
No.
All right. Now the Hawks. They've won, I think, 3 in a row at the moment, and they're just sneaking up slowly but surely. And they've got a pretty interesting run home. So
Very interesting.
And where are they sitting at the moment?
So they're on 8 and 9.
And they're 10th.
I think. Yeah, 10th.
Yeah, and they've got a very healthy percentage as well.
101. But they've got the Suns.
That's a win.
In Marvel.
Oh.
And notice how I've got win plus there.
Win plus
that's a percentage
booster. That's a percentage booster. So this is a big game this week, obviously.
This is at Tassie.
Yep.
So I've got them against the Lions as a win. North at Marvel, I've got them down for a win.
Yep.
GWS in... Where is that? University of New South Wales.
I'd say so.
Is that the Showgrounds?
No,
or is Giant Stadium?
Giant Stadium is the Showgrounds. Is that Manuka? That's not Manuka.
Why is it in Canberra?
I don't know.
Anyway. That's a weird stadium. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm leaning towards the Giants.
Yep.
Suns, Marvel,
yeah.
And West Coast in Perth.
So where are the Hawks going to finish?
11-11.
77. Oh, great. Well, at least they got it.
And, so I'll explain this later, but I actually have them missing.
Yeah, okay.
There's a few sides that are going to, there's 2 sides, and we'll get there in a sec.
Let's move to Port, who are 9th at the moment.
Yep. 8 and 9 as well.
The pillow farts. We knew they'd lose to the Tigers. They got smashed. The pillow farts.
Broke the run.
Thank fuck.
They actually played all right. Like their effort was there. They got smashed by Richmond. They just got more class. And also,
I love it.
I love it.
I love it too. But what a wanker!
I love it.
Did you see the head?
The head. I thought that was even better.
No, I think
is that Duzma?
Dersma. Yeah. I think the Power were worried about bits of press about Vossi going for that interview at Carlton.
Koshi certainly was.
Koshi lost his shit about that one. They're paying him. Don't you dare go fucking interviews. You stay here. We pay you.
Very rascally from Koshi.
Fuck off, Koshi.
All right, Power.
That's why no one likes Port.
GWS in Adelaide. I'm leaning towards the Giants.
Yep.
Bombers in Marvel. Lost there.
Yep.
Swans at Adelaide, I'm leaning towards the Power. Port at Marvel, I'm leaning towards Port. Freo at Adelaide, I've got them down for a win. So that's 2 games.
Yeah.
That takes them to 10 and 9. They're not making it.
10 and 12.
Yeah. Well,
can you rub that off?
I can actually. What's this?
What's this?
Technology.
Hey. Oh, wow. So Nick's not going to have to...
Wow! I need to get me one of those.
Nick won't have to give his tips again for the next 5
I'm going to print this off. He's going to say on the wall.
The Saints watch this.
Okay, now we move to the better side. So let's go to the Crows.
All right,
the
top 8 now.
Crows are sitting in...
It's debatable, better sides.
We're not there yet.
Crows.
They got the Blues at the G.
Yep.
I've got them down for a win.
It's a big call.
No question about it.
You know what?
That's a 60. That's a 60-40.
I'm changing... Because it's probably one of the first ones I did. I'm changing that to a 60-40.
What's up with the 70-30? Is that going to come in?
Do you have a 70-30?
Do you have an 80-20?
Look, it's not that technical, alright?
You're not even like...
I haven't got the test tubes out and done all the...
Yeah, it's not done
test tubes out.
I haven't done... It's not entirely scientific yet, alright?
You sure it looks scientific?
You'll have the Bunsen burner out soon. Burning the whole fucking...
And the gloves and then the goggles on as well.
Anyway, Saints at Adelaide. I've got them down for... That's another 60-40.
Yep.
West Coast in Perth, that's a loss. Pies at Adelaide, I'm leaning towards the Pies. And Dogs at Mars, that's a loss. So I'm giving them
11-11.
2 games, 11-11, 100. Thing is, I've got them down. I've got them ahead of Hawthorn because of the percentage.
Yeah, okay. So they're going to be in.
Because that's 9% or just under 9%, or close to 8% that the Hawks need to make up with that win against the Suns. I don't see it happening, not this time again.
Well, there you go. The Crows are in the 8. And what about the Bombers?
The Bombers. Suns at Metricon.
That's a win.
That's a win plus.
It's cool.
Oh, I'm going to talk about that later. I'm
Okay.
not too sure. I'm not convinced.
Yeah, I do know when the Bombers rock up to a game they're
Talk about
expected
this
to
later.
win.
Talk about this later.
Yeah, I think I know what
Then they
you're
got
getting
Port.
at.
Then they got
Port at Marvel, that's a win. Doggies at Marvel, I'm leaning towards the Bombers.
60-40.
Freo at Perth, I'm leaning towards the Bombers.
Yep.
Pies at the G, I'm leaning towards the Pies.
That's a 50-50 game.
Oh,
Don't put 46. You got that's a genuine 50-50 game.
okay, that's 45-55.
Okay.
How about that?
So what do we finish on?
49-51.
So the Bombers are finishing on
14-8.
Jeez, that's not a bad finish, is it?
It's a good finish.
And they'll have percentage too.
Yeah, and at 103, that's probably going to jump up to
Maybe 110.
maybe 1.5, 1.6, 1.05.
Pretty good. 14-8, the Bombers. You would have taken that at the start of the year.
Absolutely. After that shocking start.
And you know what started it all? Hooker being moved from backline to forward against the Giants.
Oh.
That's what kicked them
They
going.
did it the weeks before that. It just had no impact. So no one mentioned it.
I think it's. Oh, we're talking about the Bombers again. I think it's a buy-in. I think it's a buy-in thing. I think they're actually buying into how Wilshere wants them to play. Because, like, look at Shield. That's the first time I've seen Shield burst out of packs all year.
I mean, he's got to get settled.
And Merritt.
Hmm.
So those guys are actually backing themselves and playing.
They're good
Like
players.
guys like Conor McGregor's been doing it.
McKenna.
McKenna.
Didn't
The solo!
They always
That was a
say.
beauty.
Cameron Mooney was interviewing him in the change rooms. I think it was after the last one, not this win, and he was talking to McKenna. He was asking him questions. He couldn't understand him what he said.
It's
So
terrible.
then after the interview, Cameron Mooney just like went back to the studio and he goes, "Look, there you go. There's was it McKenna?
Yeah.
McKenna.
Couldn't understand a word he said. Back to you guys. Just there you go.
They just get him on for that. They get him on because they know he talks
Like a blankie.
incoherent
'Cause he's
and
Irish.
quick.
He's
And
super fucking Irish.
Nobody can understand him. That's why they get him on, because it's funny.
Let's move to the Giants,
Okay.
sitting 6 at the moment.
10-7.
Yep.
They've got Port in Adelaide. I'm leaning towards the Giants.
Yep.
Swannies at...
The Giants Stadium, I think that is.
Yeah, I must have written
The
that
gym.
weird.
The gym.
GIM, it's the Giants Stadium, sorry. That's a win. Hawks at Carrera. I'm leaning towards the Giants.
Yep.
Doggies at Giants. That's a win.
Yeah.
Suns at Metricon. That's
So they're
a
going to finish
win
with 6
plus.
wins off the season, the Giants, including
What?
last week. They're going to finish with 6 straight wins, the Giants, including
Oh,
last week. And what are we at? What are they at?
15-7.
Jeez Louise.
I think you're being a bit biased towards GWS. I don't think they'll finish that
You
well.
must like the Giants, Nick. You must have a soft spot for them. The Ferrari.
Well, okay, which games then?
Port.
Port? You reckon the pillow fights are going to get them?
They're due for another win. Why not?
It's their time. What have you got at 40-60?
Can we just?
They
We're
won't
going
make
to
it.
check this later. I want to make sure they all match up.
Yeah, right. Well,
I know,
we'll
I
do a
know.
forensic.
I'm sure you have.
Of course he's done it. All right, let's move
No,
to
because
the-
I matched it with my ladder predictor, and it's come out
Let's
the same.
move to the Tigers. They're sitting 5th at the moment.
Tigers.
They don't have to move from the MCG.
They're all playing at the G, which
Yeah.
is a joke. Pies at the G, that's
Yeah.
a win. D's at the G, that's a win. Blues at the G, that's a win. West Coast at the G, I'm leaning towards the Tigers, and I'm not confident about that at all.
Yeah.
Because West Coast have already done the Pies in, and I reckon West Coast have adjusted their game to play the G well.
Okay.
Anyway, Lions at the G, that's a win.
It'd be a good game to finish off the year, actually. Giants, Richmond and Lions finish off. See where the
Yeah,
Lions
I
are
think
at.
so. Yeah.
I probably even would change that to a 60-40 because
I would.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't your ladder. You can get your own ladder and do
I'm
your own
just
thing.
agreeing with Nick.
So where are they finishing off the Tigers?
16 and 6.
Jeez, what a run they've had.
Yeah.
Alright.
Right. With the injuries that they had and everyone coming back in, it was probably to be expected.
Yeah, potentially. But they have done really well. Alright, the Pies.
All right, the Pies are at 16-11.
Currently fourth.
11-6, sorry. Tigers at the G, loss.
Yep.
Suns at the G, win plus.
Win place.
D's at the G, I've got it 60-40.
They'll smash the D's. Might I remind you the D's are sitting second last at the moment?
Yeah, and they're probably the best team that's sitting at 17 that we've ever had. They are not, where they are on the ladder does not reflect the quality of that side.
Of course not. But where they are in low reflects their...
Where they are on the ladder.
It reflects the kind of year they have, but we've seen a few, like even on the weekend, they turned it on.
Very
If they
overrated.
kick straight,
Yeah, but that's
if they kick straight, they would have won
that's
that
the
game.
quality of the players as well.
I agree, but you never know with the dudes. They could turn it on and beat Collingwood.
Oh, there's no doubt.
They've done it before.
Just
Not
the
this
D's. It's just the D's,
Anyway.
man.
Crazy.
Anyway, Simon Goodwin's going to be the next coach to get sacked if they don't do well.
He signed a deal at the start of the
Doesn't
year.
matter. The contracts mean nothing these days.
That's true.
I'll just sack him. Because if he doesn't do well
They're written on
next year,
cello
if he
paper.
doesn't do well next year, he's
I
gone.
think I'll do better next year.
Alright, what else we got? We got the Crows.
Crows at Adelaide. I've got leaning towards the Pies.
Yep.
Bombers at the G. I'm leaning towards the Pies.
Yep.
So I have them with 4 wins and a percentage booster.
Yep.
15 and 7.
Ooh, that's a pretty good solid year for the Pies. And what about the West Coast Eagles?
West Coast.
West Coast.
North at Perth.
Okay.
That's a win.
Yep.
Blues at Marvel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't go back on
I'm
it.
gonna-
You put them
I'm
on the
probably
win.
I've got it as a win, but I could easily put it as a 60-40.
Yep.
Crows at Perth, that's a win. Tigers at the G, I'm leaning towards the Tigers. Hawks at Perth, that's a win. So I've given them 4 wins.
Yep.
16 and 6.
So will they have a better percentage than the Tigers at the end of this year? Because they'll both be on 16 and 6. What do you reckon? Have you
Yes.
done your ladder prediction?
Oh, they've already got 6% on Tigers.
Okay.
I don't see that.
Okay.
Unless they dine out against the Blues and the D's. I don't see them making it up.
Now we move to the Lions, who are the Lions, the second on the ladder, the
Lions.
Brisbane Lions. How great have they been this year, the Lions? Chris Fagan, we've got to bring him in.
Fags.
We've got to get him down here. Or we should go up there and interview him, just see how he's done.
You paying for the
Just-
flights?
I'm happy to just
Accommodation?
I can confess my love
drive up.
for the
just
fakes.
drive up. Do you like
Fags?
Fags?
I like
Fags,
Fags.
he's such a Nick sort of man.
He is.
Why?
He probably does remind me of my dad.
Yeah?
Maybe he
A little
is your
bit.
dad. Alright, let's move to the Lions.
Anyway.
12 and 5.
That was a bit creepy.
Yeah, it was
You're a bit
creepy.
Maybe he's your daddy.
Hawks at Tassie, I've got that down as a
It's
loss.
a big loss.
Dogs at the G, the Gabba. That's a win. Yeah, I know, I have it down as G. That's bloody
Yeah.
messes for me.
That's alright.
Suns at the Gabba, that's a win and percentage booster. Cats at the Gabba, I have them down as a win.
So they played 3 games in a row at the Gabba.
Yeah?
Yeah, right.
Good. Bloody good. Tigers have what, 6 in a row?
Yeah.
Did they
different,
play it
though.
on the
It's
G on
different,
the
though.
weekend,
It's an
yeah?
interstate team, you know. But they
The Tigers play on the weekend of the G?
Yeah, but Richmond are playing away games at the
care.
G. They're playing Melbourne and
Maybe they should-
Carlton.
You
maybe
know
they-
who gets too many fucking home games? Geelong.
Maybe they should. Maybe this MCG game should have been played in Perth. Anyway,
Don't bring take it up with me. Take it up with the AFL.
Take it up with Gil, your mate. You fucking travel.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't you guys talk about this on your vacation and stuff, you know?
Nah, it's strictly no business, just pleasure.
yeah, golf.
Let's move on. And then
Tigers
they've
at
got
the G.
Tigers and
Give
they're
us a
all
loss.
So what do they
9-9,
finish with?
mate.
What do they finish with?
15 and 7.
Ooh, okay. So they're less than West Coast and less than Richmond, but more than Collingwood on percentage.
Yep.
So they'll make it into the top 4. You
And
reckon?
they got the Suns, so
Okay, that's percentage booster there. Let's go, but that's a Q clash, you know. We all know about Q
Oh,
clash.
bloody
history.
Q clash.
Q clash is the big games,
Oh,
you know.
shit.
yeah.
The biggest game of the year is a Q
Q
clash.
clash.
Oh, and the Suns will have such a good run into it, won't they?
Oh,
Well, who knows? We never know.
Yeah.
They might sack Stewie.
No, he might. They might.
The week before, just to win the Q
They
clash.
might
Just
sign
stick
him
it
up.
up.
They might sign him up. He might run out there with like a big gut.
Being the playing coach.
Yeah, why not?
That'd be a beautiful thing.
All right.
And the Cats.
And the Cats to finish off, 13 and 4. Sydney at the SCG, I've got them down as a win.
I think they'll win that too. Yeah.
Freo at Perth.
Yeah.
I have it as a 60-40. Now, that's only because of the form of the Cats at the moment.
Yeah, they're pretty poor.
Yeah, fair enough.
If they turn around at Sydney, I'll probably cement that in for a win. North at Cardinia.
Yeah.
I have that down as a win.
Yeah, North won't be there.
Lions at the Gabba. That's a loss. And Blues at Cardinia. That's interesting. That's a win.
So what are they finishing on?
18-4.
And they're well ahead on top. Now we go down to, this is your ladder predictor from
So
that.
the ladder.
All right, here we go. This is Nick's final 8. This is what it's going to look like.
So I have the Cats.
Number 1.
Yep. West Coast.
Yep.
Tigers.
3rd.
Yep.
Yep. Ooh.
Giants.
4th. Yep.
Lions. 5th.
Yep.
Pies. 6th. Bombers. 7th.
Yep.
Crows. 8th.
Okay, so we've got Geelong hosting GWS. Will that be at the GMHBA or will it be at the G?
At the G.
The G.
They have to. It's written into contracts and all sorts of bullshit. So they can't do anything.
Okay, then you got West Coast hosting Richmond at Optus.
Yep.
That'll be a good game.
Okay.
What about this will be a Friday night, I reckon.
Lions and Crows.
No, Lions and Crows.
Gabba.
Collingwood hosting Essendon at the MCG.
Fuck.
Friday night, first week of finals.
Do you reckon?
What a dirty game.
Absolutely.
Don't they usually play a qualifying on the Friday?
Yeah, but you got Essendon and Collingwood.
Yeah, they'll put it on the Saturday night.
Or the Sunday afternoon.
No, it won't be Saturday afternoon.
Sunday
They'll put the Lions and Crows on the Sunday.
So Lions will host Crows. Cool.
Yeah, at the Gabba.
That's your final 8.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
So what?
So out of those teams there, you got Cats, West Coast, Richmond, Giants in the top 4. Who's more likely to make their way to the grand final of those teams there?
It's tough.
I don't
You can conceivably make a case for
all of them.
the top. Well, not the Crows,
None of the Crows.
but the top 7. I think you could try a conceivable.
Essendon haven't won a final in fucking 30 years.
When James Hurd was playing, I think it was the last time.
All right,
they were,
six and a half. You can make.
No, wasn't it like Lloydie's last game? No.
No. It was James Hurd. It wasn't his last game, but that was the last time they won a final. Was in James Hurd.
Yeah.
They played Melbourne in the MCG in 2005, I think it was.
Well, we don't have North to beat us this time.
No,
so.
mate, we've got. Don't worry.
No, look,
We're
I'd say
prepared.
6 up. You
Yeah.
could say that any of them could make the grand final. Even the Brisbane Lions, I think, could have a chance.
Well,
I'd
the
like
thing
them
is,
finishing a bit further up if they were to have a chance, but
thing is, I'd back the Bombers to beat the Pies in the final.
At the moment, the way they're travelling, yeah,
Mhm.
you would.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, there you go. You've got to get this done now next week.
oh fuck off!
I want you to do something like this.
That was the
and I
longest,
want you to
longest fucking 25 minutes of my
I want
life.
you to put it in. All right, now let's move on to. Okay, so we've done.
We'll
Nick's-
revisit it next week.
We've done
maybe.
Nick's.
I don't know.
We've done a good Nick fan. Awesome effort.
Good work,
Brilliant.
yeah.
No, it was brilliant.
Good
It was
work.
really good. I need one of these.
Putting
I'll borrow that.
the pen to
The hard
screen.
ones. Now we want to go also to some of the quickly the contentious free kicks that were given. It seems like we've been speaking about the umpires forever.
We just don't stop. don't
They're
we?
just the worst. The umpires. The free, not even the North one. I mean that. Whatever. It was called. I don't care.
You know what though? When I first saw it, and I didn't know that there was any kind of contentious free kick. When I first saw it, from the angle that I saw it on, I thought Robbie Tarrant pushed him in the back.
Yeah, you have to look at the other angle.
Because I think Robbie Tarrant comes like this, and if the umpire was standing there, it would have fucking looked like it.
Mm.
Obviously it wasn't, but I can sort of see how that mistake could be made.
It's the Gabatoir. The Gabatoir's arisen, and like all this atmosphere now. And now it was a home field advantage free kick.
Well,
We'll have to look into that.
What
We'll have to
happened?
look into that.
What happened 3 minutes beforehand, though?
Yeah,
At the other end.
Did you see the free kick count? They had about 9 before, more than North.
No, I don't
before
care
that.
about free kick counts.
Yeah.
But Big O in the ruck contest about Ben Brown doing the ruck
Can't
craft.
do that.
Doing the ruck-
Apparently,
That's a joke.
Max Gorn did that the week
Can't do
earlier.
ruckcraft.
Can't do ruckcraft.
No ruckcraft
No
anymore.
ruckcraft. Can't do that.
That's a blight.
This is ruckcraft. You can use your
They-
finger. You just can't use the
That's
whole
okay.
arm. Do it to him.
Ruck.
Do that again. Do it again. It's ruckcraft.
Or I've died the other way. Ruck contest free kicks do my head in.
Yeah, of course. Most free kicks do
Fucking
that.
just let them go.
Yeah.
Let them block.
Unless-
let them push. Just fucking let it go because it's so much more fun when they're just bashing into each other.
Absolutely. That's what they're paid to do.
That's great.
unless they're like holding them down from or actually holding their arms, just let them play.
And then Gaunt's fucked.
There was
He's just fucking
there was
like a
in
weed.
the St Kilda Bulldogs game after 3/4 time. They just went to their positions and the ball got to bounce, and there was a bit of a kerfuffle. I think it was in the St Kilda forward line.
Was it a right kerfuffle?
It was a kerfuffle.
Was it a right kerfuffle?
They weren't hitting each other. They were more like talking to each other loudly because that's all they can do these days. But anyway, they're like pulling their shirts and stuff. And then one of the umpires from the centre, who stands on the corner of the centre square out of bounds, he sprinted down to the kerfuffle and he's telling everyone to take their hands off each other and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. I heard
He
that.
just sprinted down. I'm like, mate, just go, just let them play. Yeah, like you said, just let them sort it out.
Yeah.
They're okay. They're grown men that can deal with it.
I remember that getting picked up. I think it might have been on when I was listening to Triple M. Like it got picked up through the through the radio as well. And go, that's odd.
Just the umpires have they're trying to influence themselves too much. The AFL's just made this.
It's like we've.
It's a fun police league. It's a
like
fun police
fun
league.
police
We've hired primary school teachers to be umpires.
And we're
Actually,
hiring.
I think the primary school teachers will be tougher.
And we're hiring lawyers to be coaches.
Okay.
Like Brendan Bolton.
Oh man.
Anyway.
Well, he's not anymore, is he?
Now, did you see this one? This was hilarious. The I think it was.
Yeah.
Was it King? Not
It was
Matt.
King. It was King. It was King for St
which
Kilda.
King?
For
Ben
Suns.
King?
For Suns. I don't know his
For
name.
Ben King?
I don't know.
Ben King,
Did you see this one?
where he punched his mate.
He punched Riscatelli.
Yeah.
And then they reversed the free kick.
Did they? I didn't know they
Yes!
reversed the free kick.
They
I just saw
reversed
the punch.
They gave the free kick to
Oh.
because there was a mark. And they gave the free kick to Carlton.
The intent. It was the intent.
Oh.
He intended to punch Riscatelli his teammate in the head. That's why he gave the
He's
free kick.
been fucking. It's been coming for weeks.
He's been pissing
He
him
put
off.
a fucking dead rat in his locker, and now Riscatelli, you fucking getting you just desserts.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
off. Back to Brisbane, mate.
He's been annoying him for the last few weeks. He's like, nah, gonna get you here. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was quite funny.
Yeah, I wish they applied the intent rule to match review and not have the outcome.
I was actually going to ask, did King get put on report for that because he could have done some serious damage. That's a solid fucking hit. Like, did he get off concussion as well? Like, did Riscatelli have to go off? That's put in a medical
know. He's got
report.
to
Did
put
the
a
Gold
head
Coast
on him.
Suns have to put in a medical report to their own management?
You'll have to make case to the tribunal. They're like, yeah, he's really hurting
What
bad.
did,
Give him 2 weeks.
and then Riscatelli would have to make a character assessment.
Mark Christian at the MRO were just there was no intent there, but it was low grade. Very lucky to get off, you know. So, all right. So, is anything else you want to talk about that before we move on to the?
I don't even
week's
know
games?
anymore. I don't even know. Can we do
I've set-
Coach Watch?
Coach watch.
Coach watch.
All right. Who's on Coach watch for you?
Who's going to be coach of St Kilda next year?
Brett Radden.
Brett Radden? Rats? Big rats? You don't reckon someone else will try and slide,
look,
slide into his dams?
Me knowing what the St Kilda Football Club is like, they probably won't.
Well, they'll let him go and they'll get Rossi Line.
Nick has an inside scoop with the
Oh.
He goes into the
I
coach's box every week and he sits there and he understands it all. Just to say,
I just
Well,
think...
writes down his.
I am Alan Richardson, if you didn't know.
Oh,
To be honest,
To be
I
honest.
am Alan Richardson.
I just think...
And I don't think he will be.
I must say though, when all these like coaches get sacked and they're all sitting there crying and stuff, and like everyone feels sorry for them, but then 3 days later they win.
But Richo sacked himself.
Shit.
But no, Ross Lyon will
Bit
get
of
St
a
Kilda
no.
next
You reckon
year.
Ross Lyon will be on St
I reckon
Kilda?
there's a big chance.
Big
Because
chance.
Freo aren't going to... What's he got? One more year left in his
I
contract?
think he's got 2 more years.
2 more years?
Yeah.
But are they going to want him after that?
I wouldn't want him.
Damn
now.
it.
I wouldn't want him
Isn't
now.
there new?
No, I wouldn't want him
Now.
fucking 10 years ago when he was
He's under
playing
the pump.
finals with...
Under the pump. I've been
Isn't there news of Rewalt going on the board as well?
Yeah, that's
Like
right.
Nick Rewalt on
Yeah.
St Kilda's board.
Yeah, he loves.
And he fucking
loves
loves Rossi.
Well, Nick Rewalt's got a lot of experience. He's won no premierships, and, you know, so he would know what to do on that team, you know,
Absolutely.
so on that board. So he would be.
He'll
Right.
just cry till he gets what he wants.
Do you reckon he'd be like a roll? Do you reckon he would be like a roll like John?
You know, I had that joke in my head. I thought, no, I don't want to say it.
Why?
I get in enough trouble for bringing that up all the time.
What about Judd? Would he have the same role as Juddy? Talking outspoken,
I don't think he's a-
outspoken voice, you know.
Nah,
Juddy's not on the board.
It's a very different job.
Juddy's a consultant, isn't he?
He's in the football department, but he's not on the board.
So Nick Rewalt will be on the
Rewalt will
board.
be on
Yeah,
the
on
board.
the board. Alright, who's coaching North next year?
Oh, I think it'll be either East Shore now. I think the last 2 weeks have hurt him.
They're very confident. They're apparently...
I think Voss or Ratton would be good.
Yeah.
I do think that.
What about
Mick
Teague?
Malthouse.
What about Teague?
Nah, it's not.
Maybe on a role, might be on as a mentor.
Mick
As
Malthouse.
a mentor.
Oh fuck.
Well, he does want to get back in the game.
Yeah, he does.
Bring Mick in. I would love to have Mick Malthouse as North Melbourne coach.
Nah, he'd be too volatile.
That's what our players need.
I
They're
think
too soft.
he'd-
We're an underperforming football club.
He'd hold his opinion over any coach's opinion,
That's because
and he'd be difficult to work with. You don't want that.
What else you got? So I don't know. I think out of Voss, Ratton, and Shaw would be North's coach.
Carlton,
Teague,
Boss.
Ratton, Voss. I think the same.
I
Maybe-
say-
I don't think Ratton will be in the running for that one.
You don't reckon?
I don't think Carlton will go to the same one.
Okay. What about John Blakey?
They probably should. They probably should try and get him back, but I don't think they will.
Who else you got?
What's Brad Scott going to be doing next year?
He'll be vacationing.
Are they taking a gap here?
Taking a gap year. He'll be vacationing.
He'll be going on the junkets with me and Gil.
Yeah, he'll be with him. They'll be chilling out,
Oh,
sipping Mai Tais on the beach.
My two favourite people.
Well, no, I don't think Brad Scott is a good coach anyway. I've said this.
Do you think it'll be enough? Do you think, honestly, take your opinion out of
I
it.
don't think. No.
Take your opinion out of your
Okay.
opinion.
Okay.
Do you think that he'll be a senior coach again?
I think 18 will pick him up eventually.
Yeah.
But he's not a great coach. I mean,
I don't think he's a great coach.
You know what will decide whether he coaches again? Whether Rats and Voss get picked up again, and if they're successful.
Yeah, right.
but how long?
They will be the test case to see if a returning senior coach works, and if they do, then the door's open. Because not since Mick Malthouse have we had a returning coach.
Will Worsfold coach Essendon next year? Worsfold.
Absolutely.
He will.
Yeah.
No doubt.
If he doesn't, who will?
I don't.
Bomber Thompson. He's been let out. He's been let out. He's actually he's not going to jail for drug trafficking.
That was one.
He could be.
He's got a couple more charges he has to
really?
face, I think.
Okay.
I'll give you the tip if the season plays out how I have.
Which it will, because you've done it on a notepad.
Bush won't be leaving no matter what next year. Even if he bombs out, doesn't make finals, he'll still be there for another year.
Yeah, I think the way they've played the last few weeks, it's definitely raised his stocks.
No matter what, he's got another year on him.
If they make finals and if they win that first final,
He'll be there for another 15 fucking years.
He will actually.
I was going to say
he will.
I was going to say he'll be there beyond 2020, but
He'll be there beyond fucking 2045.
One win in a final.
coaching from the grave.
Old man Whoosh.
One win in a final for Essendon automatically guarantees you 30 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
30 years
It
extension.
guarantees you the amount of time it's been since they've won it.
Will Luke Beveridge coach the Bulldogs?
I don't know why the fuck they re-signed him.
They
How many
signed-
years did they give him?
3, I think.
Oh, that's lunacy.
Lunacy.
That's democracy manifest. You know that video? It's I'm gonna fucking play later. You're gonna pull it up on YouTube. We're gonna laugh. You know that video?
I don't know.
Oh, we're in for a fucking good time.
Is that going to show up on this?
No, it won't show up on there.
No,
but
in our own time.
we'll be able to find it.
We'll just
We'll
have
be
to
able
post
look
the
it up
link.
on the tubes.
We'll have to post the link.
YouTubes.
Anyone else on your coach's watch? Oh, Ken Hinkley for Port. Is he done? He's been there for 6 years.
We say this every year, but I think they're going to stick with him.
Well, maybe Koshy.
Koshy
should-
threatens to sack him every 20 fucking minutes.
Maybe Koshy should move into the coach's box.
Could
and
you
just be
imagine?
Just overlook.
Do
Make
you
sure
reckon
everything.
do you reckon he'll film Sunrise live while he's coaching?
From the coach.
But they'll call it
Hey,
sunset.
well,
If they play a night game.
Fox Footy had Leon Cameron on the.
I saw that actually.
Yeah, it was 12,
commentating again.
12 minutes to go in the first quarter,
And he was on.
he was on the phone to Gary Lyon.
That's so.
He was
bad.
answering questions. Yeah,
No, don't do that.
yeah.
That's really
It's
bad.
really
actually.
interesting.
That's really bad.
I don't even like it when they interview them at like half time.
I hate that.
Oh,
I think
I
it's the
don't
worst.
like it.
I think it's the
No.
worst. I hate it.
No, it's
Especially when
no
you got Nick
problem.
Del Santo roaming around and stuff.
It's mainly just because of Nick Del Santo.
He's just an idiot.
Yeah, the Oval Office was actually.
Do you watch the Oval Office?
It was on. It's on
They
after,
canned it.
like for maybe 5 minutes because
Okay.
it's after classified.
Okay.
But your mate wasn't on this time. It was that guy that does the round so far with Kane Corns.
Oh, Matt Cleary.
Mitch Cleary.
Mitch Cleary.
Oh,
And he had Zaka on. And Zaka was saying he doesn't mind all the mid-game stuff because it might reduce the need for the doorstops.
Yeah.
And I think that's...
No, I don't mind it from players. I don't like it from coaches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's... Oh, you mean you don't want him talking to coaches?
I don't want them talking to coaches.
Okay, that's a little bit different.
Unless it's like the fucking physio. And they're you know... Then that's
And they're asking like,
Talking about
how's he pulling up? And
yeah, then that's okay. But don't talk to coaches.
Yeah, okay.
Talk to players, maybe, if something's happened in that quarter that's, you know, noteworthy.
Yeah, coaches have got enough.
Coaches, fucking leave them alone.
They've got enough.
Let them coach.
So Coach Watch is done. Anything else from Coach Watch? Or
Coach Watch.
are you okay with it? All done. All the other coaches.
Man,
are
fucking Bevo. Would you fucking re-sign Bevo for 3 years?
done? He's won a premiership in the last.
I don't
3.
give a stuff. Is he going to win another one?
Well, he's won more than Musha has in the last 15 years. So I mean,
15.
15.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Musha won one in 2006.
Yeah, that was 13 years ago.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. He's
10
won, he's
years.
won,
10 years.
It's on the same amount more than he has in the last 12 years.
All right, now let's run down.
Alright.
Let's do a quick
All
run.
right,
down
let's
of
go
games,
through
I
the
think.
games very quickly. We got Richmond and Collingwood, the MCG, Friday night, in front of probably 90,000.
Richmond.
Yeah, I got.
Richmond.
Yeah, fair enough.
Will Rex play this year?
Maybe finals.
He's coming.
Is he coming?
He's coming.
He has not done as many media appearances than I
He's
thought he
coming
did.
hard.
Yeah,
apparently.
what's
I
going on
thought he'd
there?
have like a regular spot on something.
In training, they're reporting that he's coming hard.
Coming
As
hard.
hard as he's ever come in his life.
Oh my
He's
God.
coming hard, Rex.
Good gravy.
Oh,
So let's go, Richmond. He's a nice looking man too.
He's a handsome bastard.
Nan Curvis
He's a Mormon.
might be. coming
He is
back.
a Mormon, actually.
Yeah. Or is he a Jehovah's?
He came to my door once.
Yeah.
It's like
Is he a
my
Mormon
man's.
or a Jehovah's?
Both. Both. just
Anyway.
tick off both boxes.
He's Muslim,
so you go
Jewish.
for Collingwood or Richmond?
Richmond.
Actually, no, I'm going to go for Collingwood because Collingwood got the wood over Richmond. They played by the last.
Just to be a
Nan
point of
Curvis-
difference.
Nan Curvis might be back this week.
Oh, thank
Okay,
God.
Grundy's been
So-
Grundy.
Has he?
Except for last week. Hawthorn and Brisbane at the UTAS, University of Tasmania, which is located in Launceston, the whole of the world.
Yeah, Brisbane's going to be without Harris Andrews this week.
So did you see that, the high elbow?
Yeah.
So if a player's coming
I thought
towards
he
you,
biffed him.
Yeah.
like he's run at him,
Why was he running at him?
that's the question. Like he was provoked.
What was? I don't understand.
So I don't know why he ran at him.
Still don't put that up.
I think it might have been a block, but
it was a block.
He got it
who
too
was it
high.
on classified?
Larky. It was on
Who was it on? Who was it on classified? One of the guys was saying, "Going, how can you not? Like the player could have thought that
Yeah.
he was coming up
Absolutely.
to punch him." I thought that was a bit of a stretch.
I don't think he was going to punch
Massive
him. I think
stretch.
he looked like he was going to grab his arms because he put his the North bloke put his arms up, was going to grab his shirt, but then reactively just put his elbow up
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he copped in high.
I thought he
and he
punched
kind of knew as soon as he did it, he was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah. In hindsight, he probably learned from this.
Like
It's like just let him do it and try and get the free kick.
That gets challenged
It should
tonight.
be
So.
on.
He hopefully gets
Is
off.
it
'Cause
going to the tribunal?
he didn't provoke him. He was the one that got provoked. Like,
You know
he didn't
what?
do anything instigated. He was attacked. So I would
Because
actually.
I think he got a 1 match ban. And
Yeah,
then he got challenged.
it'll depend on.
So I get
who's-
2 weeks.
It'll depend on.
It'll depend what happens.
It's true.
I
I'll be like,
seriously
mate.
reckon. I reckon it'll depend on the tribunal that's on there. But he probably does have the strong case to say, look, he came up to me. What do you want me to do? And he won't get off.
Not go like that or whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah, well that's what I meant. It depends who will be on the
He's going to
tribunal.
lick him. He came up to me, so I
Fucking
decided
if
to lick
Dermot
him.
Brereton's on the tribunal,
He'll get
he'll be
off.
like, why the fuck didn't you step on his head?
So I'm going for.
You should have knocked him to the ground.
I'm
and
going
like,
for
rubbed his
Brisbane.
hand.
Why didn't you fucking decapitate the prick?
Yeah.
I'm going for Brisbane.
You know what? I'm going for Brisbane as well.
Cool.
I'm going for Hawks
Of course, yeah, you're in the 60-40. Of course you have
because
to go
it's
for
in
Hawks.
Tassie. If it was,
we know
if it
what
was
he
in
picks for the
Melbourne,
rest of the fucking
Yeah.
century.
oh, I might change him.
Brisbane beat Hawthorn down there last year.
Yeah, I know, but Hawthorn. I
He's like,
I-
yeah, I know, fucking.
I know- I know-
One's sitting second and one's sitting 10th.
know better.
But it's fucking
I've
Tasmania.
been burnt before by not picking Hawthorn in Tassie.
We've got the Fags, your man Fags, going against Clarkson, who you
Okay.
hate.
What?
I don't know
Where did
if-
that come from? Fucking hate. You hate him.
I just hate Hawthorn.
Yeah, see,
but
you hate Hawthorn,
I
and
don't-
you got your best mate Fags, and you're going to pick against him.
I don't like Clark, but I respect him as a
You
coach.
don't respect Fags?
He fucking picks all
Ah,
the
he picks
time.
all-
Everyone.
Alright, Carlton and Adelaide at the MCG on Saturday afternoon.
fucking
The
morals on them,
traditional time, 2:10. Thank God the AFL has figured that out.
Yeah, they play one game a week at that time.
I know, but
Anyway.
still, at least there's some tradition left. Carlton hosting the Crows. We've got the pillow fights for Port Adelaide. We got to give a name for Adelaide now. We've got Port Adelaide as the pillow fights. I want you to think of a name for the Crows.
I'll think about that.
I'll-
The
yeah, I'll
Adelaide
watch-
Chodes.
The
See, I would just call Adelaide the Pillows. They're the pillows that have been farted on.
No, I like the
So the Port are the farts, and
So you'll get
'cause
your
they're
list now,
freaking
who that-
soft. I have to remember.
Okay.
Can't contradict yourself.
Yeah, they'll be embarrassing.
I'm going for Carlton.
I'm leaning towards the Crows.
Well, you had them
Yeah,
as
so-
60-40, so you had them.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I'm picking the Crew.
Okay,
I don't think Carlton, apart from maybe one game, will have another win for the rest
West
of the
Coast versus North Melbourne. West Coast, I think, will win that.
Yeah.
season. Yeah, the Coasters.
St.
Although McGovern's under a cloud,
And Barras might be out as well.
so that's
Oh, the two fucking Harry High Pants boys. Yeah, that's what happens when you're a fucking
So-
smart ass. Pointing fun at Matthew Lloyd. We all know that word.
yeah, that's right. That's right. So Ben Brown's going to kick 10 goals, but that's all probably
He'll get 9 of those goals from free kicks, ruck impingement. Ruckcraft.
because there's going to be no one to hold him down.
It'll
there.
depend on his Telstra tracker.
I looked that up the other day. So he runs
He
an
runs
average
fucking 160 Ks a game.
17 Ks.
It's like Mitch Brown. Mitch Brown bloody runs like 18
I
Ks or
just
something
don't
like
want- I'd rather him run 1.7 Ks and kick 5 goals every game.
But Mitch Brown he's not a key forward. Mitch Brown
He's
moves
a
up and
player.
down. Well, yeah, but he's
Yeah.
been floating. He plays like a fucking winger sometimes.
So you're going for West Coast? I'm going for West Coast.
that. Ben Brown's
Yeah.
going to kick 10 goals, but it's only going to get up there 10
Okay,
times. So.
that's true. We haven't got a great midfield at the moment.
No.
St Kilda hosting Melbourne at Marvel. Interesting game. The Brett Ratton-led Saints coming off their big win against the Dogs, against the very disappointing Goodwin-led side, Demons.
Good win.
Demons. Even though you think Demons are a fantastic outfit. Because
You just fucking
you
think
just love
Premier's
them.
2020.
You just
Underrated.
think-
I'd
You think
say.
they're underrated. I mean, they're still
Underrated and
second class.
underperforming.
How can you be underrated or overrated if no one cares?
Maybe last year.
Nobody cares
Maybe last
about
year-
the fucking Demons.
Maybe last year, Nick, they had a good year because they had a very shit draw. Like they had a very easy draw. They won games and they put them up there.
Can you imagine if
Citation needed.
Can you imagine if Richmond, Collingwood, Essendon, Hawthorn, maybe not Hawthorn, went from finishing 4th last year to now sitting
Second last.
17th and not receiving a fucking shit ton of criticism?
Yeah.
Because it's Melbourne. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Do you reckon they should bring back Paul Roos? Get rid of Goodwin, just like a succession plan?
I reckon
Succession plan.
Paul Roos should coach
Wouldn't it
every
be-
single
no,
fucking
no.
AFL club apparently. Just
No,
fucking
that-
coach himself.
That would
everywhere.
be a recession plan.
A recession plan.
Yeah. Or a regression plan. Because you're going back to... Because you're actually going back to Paul Roos.
There's nothing wrong with going backwards at times.
Will Paul Roos be in a coaching position?
I hope so, because I
Not-
don't want him on the couch.
Yeah, no, fucking fair enough.
I just don't want him on the couch. I'd rather him be in the coach's box than sitting on the couch.
Yeah,
Listening
He'll
to
be-
that gravel every week.
Just him being there talking. Just my ears get smaller. And
If-
my ears are already small enough.
If Reece Shaw or Teague get put on as permanent senior coach, I reckon Paul Roos will be the one guiding them.
Yeah, maybe.
He's very sheepish about it, isn't he?
No, it's a fucking certainty. He wants to do it.
Yeah, he keeps denying
He doesn't want a head
No.
coach position. But he wants to have a part.
Because
Jonathan
that's
Brown.
probably the problem. If he shows the interest, someone's going to say, "Hey, we want
Do
you
you
to
want him
set."
senior
Do you
coach?
think Jonathan Brown would be a good head coach?
Oh fuck no!
Why though?
I don't think anyone would understand what he's talking about.
Now, guys,
He's just some of the
I
points
want you
that
to
he
go
brings
out
up.
there and give something.
Oh, I love him, but I can't watch on the couch anymore because it's just I laugh at Gary Lyon laughing at anything.
It's so true.
And then Gary just pretends that it's a fucking valid point, but when we all know that it's not.
It's so funny.
Shit. And when he talks about like midfields and shit, it's like shut the fuck up, mate.
Did
He
he-
played for us.
He loves Pasley, doesn't he? Banging on about that.
He loves everyone. He thought
He
Freo
thought Freo-
he thought Freo were the best side in the West.
Best in the West, mate.
Yeah, there's only 2 teams.
I think they got fucking shit cans.
There's only 2 teams.
It was hard on Lynchy, and look at him now.
A lot of people were hard on that.
Alright, that's fair enough.
Yeah, it was fair.
Alright, so I'm going for St Kilda to beat Melbourne because I just don't think Melbourne are any good.
Yeah, I'm going with the Saints.
This could be one of the most irrelevant games of the year.
This is the most irrelevant game.
St. Kilda
There's
versus
nothing
Melbourne.
at fucking stake apart from Melbourne cementing their place as 17th.
So
what about-
if you don't want to go to St
What
Kilda,
about the Suns and Blues last week?
No, that's a barn burner.
David Teague,
okay.
man, and
Because
Gold
we
Coast.
love to watch Carlton win.
And Gold Coast were the worst
Alright.
side in the history at that point as well, but then they
Yeah,
played
okay.
alright. So, but this one, if you're not doing any, if you don't want to go to the St Kilda Melbourne game on Saturday night, go to Carter's housewarming party. Isn't that this Saturday?
That's the next week.
Oh, next
No,
Saturday. Damn it!
Fuck off.
All right, well, next Saturday. Then. And the Pillow Farts. We haven't really spoken about them, but they're still.
We certainly have.
They're still
Giving them too much fucking air.
They're hosting the Giants at Adelaide Oval Saturday night. I'm going to go for the Giants in this one. They'll smash the pillows. Smash their pillows.
I hear a secret.
Okay.
I'm going to Port Adelaide.
Oh, to
Nah,
start the
fuck
running
it. I
in.
can't do it. No, I'm going for the Giants. But if I didn't hate them so much, I probably would pick Port. And I just can't do it. Because Koshi looks like a dildo.
Who are you going for? Who are you going for?
Giants.
Giants?
Yeah.
Let's move to Sunday. The Bulldogs hosting the Dockers at Marvel. Crowd expectancy, probably about 15.
100 people.
Yeah. I was thinking that. Yeah.
Bulldogs
Bulldogs to win.
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs will keep their final serves alive. Who have you got? You got them at 60-40, don't you? Bulldogs.
Yeah, leaning towards the doggies.
Okay. What do you reckon, Nick? Bulldogs.
Tell us again.
Freo are just that horrid at the moment,
And Freo
This-
can't score a
no.
lot at the moment.
and the doggies were pretty disappointing last week.
Bailey Dale kicked 5 goals for the Bulldogs on the weekend.
That's nice.
Okay.
Do you know much about him, Bailey Dale?
Not really.
Keep an eye tracker on him, I reckon.
Oh,
He's got 2
Eye
fucking
tracker.
first names, so that's great.
Do you know they got Bailey Dale,
Caleb Daniel.
Caleb Daniel. They got another guy, Bailey Williams or some other Bailey in there as well. It's just like it's just weird.
North have the Bailey as well.
No, we don't.
It's
Yeah, you do.
No, we got
just
Marley
have a
Williams.
team of two
No,
first
I'm
names.
pretty sure you've got a Bailey.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, you do.
Is Bailey a normal name? Is it?
It's a fucking nice Irish cream. Are we going to talk about Loney's goal or what?
No, we'll get to that.
Oh,
Man.
alright.
Sydney hosting Geelong. This will be an interesting game, actually. Geelong aren't playing great.
No.
And I don't like Chris Scott coming out on AFL 360 and
What did he
defending his side and saying they're not playing boring football. When you kick 50 points... in
Did he
3 of them-
defend him?
When you kick 50...
All these players are saying, oh, you're playing boring football.
yeah, and he
So
goes-
And he's like, no, he plays the fucking wrong.
They just... I don't understand. They were scoring 90 points a game the first 3 months, and now they're scoring 60 points a game.
What's changed?
Just the coach. I just say the Scott brothers are not good coaches, mate.
You know what would be amazing? Brad Scott to Geelong, assistant coach.
Or
Or Waterboy.
Chris
No.
Scott gets replaced by Brad Scott.
Who would know? Except for Brad Scott's probably got about 20 kgs on Chris.
It'd be like
Could you imagine them both?
It'd be like the Bella twins.
Could you imagine them both in the
Just
box?
switch them in and out. Just fucking switch them. Like one's at a press conference and you're like, well, fuck, we don't know which one it is. You would not know. Brad Scott at the moment is pulling. That's why they're going to shit. Because when he left North, fucking Chris is like, you know what, Battles? I could fucking go for a nice holiday with Nick and Gil. And that's where he's gone. And Brad's been taking his caretaker coach. And no one fucking knows the difference because he went on a 1 week fucking Jenny Craig binge, lost a couple of kgs, got his hair cut, fucking got he's got weird cheeks for some reason, Brad, doesn't he, Brad?
Yeah.
And that's why Geelong gone shit. Geelong gonna be right back on track come finals because that's when Chrissy comes back from his holiday. Thank you. I've figured it out. The conspiracy.
Do you reckon that's what
Okay.
they do on the buy rounds as well? They like
They just
chop and
switch.
change. They do a bit of.
No, because you know straight the fuck away. Because you just know.
I'm going to go for Geelong in this one. I think they'll bounce back.
Yeah, you have to, don't you? Based
Sydney without Buddy are just
Their form this
lost
year.
at the moment.
And the final game, Gold Coast hosting a Twilight game to finish other round against the Bombers. There'll be 10,000 fans there and 9.5 will be Bombers fans.
I'll tell you what, put
Yeah,
five
I know.
at $7, put $5 on the Suns.
That's $7.
At seven, they're at $7.
Are they really?
They
Okay.
are. So Heppel out,
Yep.
Hurley
Are
still
we
out.
sure?
I'm pretty certain. He was ginger on the weekend. He played ginger. As they said, he played ginger.
He had a pretty good fourth quarter.
He did, but he's probably in a lot of fucking pain.
Yeah.
Heppel out. Hurley still out.
Heppel played on the weekend.
I know.
He's going to play this weekend, isn't he?
He played this past weekend because it was against the Adelaide
Okay,
Crows.
so he's not going to play.
He's
this
probably
won't
he's
play
a
this
test.
Okay.
But maybe not a flight.
He will not
Keep
play.
going.
They won't risk him. And Conor McKenna not playing. So
What?
he's got his brother's wedding.
Dude, you just shocked him, man. You just
know
shocked
it
him.
His brother's getting married in Ireland.
Ireland.
Ireland, they're going down to the Irish pub.
Gotta talk a bit quicker.
Riley Keaton as well.
Could have been talking a bit quicker.
If you want to have a Guinness
Conor
boy.
McKenna.
So yeah, all three out.
No. The Suns.
As well as the others that we already have out.
Is
Really know
Riscatelli
that.
And Sard's got runner up.
Is-
So
That's been and gone.
Is Riscatelli playing?
no, he's fucking knocked the fuck out. He's,
Yeah, I was gonna
still,
say.
he's still seeing fucking
I reckon
Blues.
Still saying
I reckon Zach Clark's a chance to come back this week as well.
Oh fucking
Which is
praise Jesus! He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. I wouldn't mind him coming back.
Do you hear him getting cheered?
He played well his last game.
Yeah, look, I was like, wow, he's getting cheered.
Then
What's
he
going
missed,
on?
he missed this past week due to sickness.
Illness.
Okay, so that's all the games there. I'm going for Bombers. You're going for Bombers.
I'm going for the Bombers, but I wouldn't be surprised because Essendon, when they come off a good stretch, especially when they've just beaten a team like
It's true,
Adelaide,
they do have
State,
a game
they're
where
like, fuck, even though it's interstate, we'll still smash the Suns. Take it a bit easy this
They
week.
do have a game where they do slip up. They do have a game.
And it's always against a team like the Suns.
Typically,
They have a tendency of doing that. They
And
did
the
that
Suns-
against, they did that against the Saints at the start.
And
of
the
the
Suns
game.
have been getting shit on. So they've got more to play for.
I did think that they played well against the Blues though, the Suns. They were actually good in that game.
And
All right,
that's-
you got anything else to say? Now you want to...
So get that. Does that got internet?
I'm not getting up the video.
Does that have internet?
I'm not getting up the video.
You got to get up the video.
No, we'll do the video at the end.
This is the end.
Of the end. And we'll do it after the...
After the
Oh,
video.
all right, and we might, if they agree,
We'll
we'll
put it up.
play it
We'll
next.
play
No,
it
we'll
up.
play it next week. You only need the audio.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Anything else? You want to talk about Maloney's goal?
what a fucking goal!
Good goal.
What a goal! You've shit on him week on end.
Ryan Loney.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he had one good game out of 10.
How was that not in the nominations? For
It didn't
goal of
make
the
it,
week?
did
Didn't
it?
make
It
it.
didn't make the goal
Yeah,
of the
they
week.
were all the kicks, all the goals were from Essendon and Adelaide.
Yeah, it was.
So
There was Taylor Walker's
There was
goal.
Tex,
There was Stringer's
and
snap.
Shield.
Yeah. That was a
And-
snap on the boundary left footer. That was a banana.
But did you see
Yeah, it
Loney's
was a
one?
pretty good one.
Loney's? Yeah, I saw Loney's.
Did you see
It was a
it?
great goal.
Holy shit!
That was an Eddie Betts-like goal.
It was fucking insane.
It was a great... I don't understand why that didn't make it.
I
What
don't know what I'm
about
saying.
how's Mark on Jeremy Cameron where Cameron sort of hung onto his legs
That
and
was
stuff?
stupid. I didn't like it at all.
Why not?
I don't know. It just didn't look good. It looked real fucking dirty. It looked like it should have been a free kick.
You look dirty.
I don't know. I just shouted. before.
Jeremy Cameron did the whole.
It was funny. It was funny.
What,
The dump.
what do you call that? A suplex?
No.
Oh.
Not quite.
It was just fucking wheelbarrowed him. Just gave him like the pony ride.
Like a reverse powerbomb reversal or something.
It's
like
just,
that.
it just is what it is.
Anything else to discuss, or we're all pretty good?
I think we're good.
All right, well, thanks for joining us, guys, on this week's edition of the AFL Fend Off podcast. Andrew, Nick, myself, Wally, enjoy your weekend of footy,
What is that? Sorry.
and we'll see you next week.